You are watching ABC 7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. A Manatee County bus driver is being called a hero for saving the life of one of her passengers.
The act earned Janine McDonald a Heroism Award from Manatee County Commissioners. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us live from MCAT headquarters in Manatee County with more on her story. Rick?
Yeah, Jacqueline and Scott, a woman is lucky to be alive, all thanks to a bus driver who went above and beyond the call of duty.
It's an awesome feeling to know that I was used as an instrument to save somebody's life.
Manatee County Area Transit bus driver Janine McDonald is being called a hero. A special needs passenger of hers on the paratransit bus, also known as the Handy Bus, didn't answer her door. Instead of turning away, she went into her home and discovered her passenger on the floor struggling to survive.
She was really unresponsive, and it was a very scary moment. So I called 911 and I was praying the whole time I was there because she was gasping for air.
Paramedics came and got the woman to the hospital. They told McDonald she had saved her life.
They said her sugar was very, very high, over 900, about 1,017 to be exact. So, I was just proud that I was put in that situation, that God used me as a tool to save this woman's life.
McDonald's supervisor says she's not surprised by her actions because of the compassion and calmness she exudes.
We're extremely proud of her. It's an example of what we train our staff, and with some staff, it's kind of a natural instinct for them.
For her actions, McDonald received an award from the Manatee County Commissioners for being a hero. Just yesterday, McDonald had a chance to meet with the woman whose life she saved.
We hugged and everything, and she's grateful, and I'm grateful, so I'm just glad that she's back. She's awesome. I love her.
And McDonald is looking forward to getting that woman back on her bus very soon. Reporting live from Manatee County, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
Rick, thank you. University of Central Florida officials say an email extortion scam is targeting university accounts. The emails claim to have video of users watching adult sites. They then go on to demand $900 if those users don't want the video shared with all of their contacts.
I have access to all your accounts, social networks, email, browsing history accordingly of all of your contacts, files from your computer, photos, and videos. Wow. I was most struck by the adult sites that you occasionally visit. You have a very wild imagination. Okay, so yeah, obviously, I think he's obviously trying to freak people out.
The UCF Information Security Office is now encouraging students to report the emails and to avoid clicking on any included links.
A new estimate shows Florida's population grew by almost 11% in the past 8 years. That's around 2 million more people here. That estimate released this week by the University of Florida's Bureau of Economic and Business Research. Here's the breakdown of the growth on the Suncoast. Manatee County's population grew by almost 55,000 people, and nearly 38,000 people moved to Sarasota County.
Those numbers don't seem to surprise me because we all love the gorgeous beach here on the Suncoast.
All right, let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan, who has some great news for our weekend ahead. Bob?
Yeah, the weekend is looking spectacular. Fall-like conditions expected to move in more so midday Saturday and continuing throughout Sunday. It looks like we're going to see temperatures, some of the coolest readings so far this season, with some upper 50s expected on Sunday morning. We're talking about population moving down to Florida. A lot of the population hasn't really experienced this kind of red tide that we've had, and the red tide report has come out, and it's 25% or greater higher in Sarasota County. The report has just come out and also indicating fish kills in Sarasota and Manatee counties. They have been reported some minor fish kills as well, and 5% higher, and that is in Manatee County. You can see the seas are higher too as a result of the west winds that have been strong. They'll turn more to the northwest tonight, and rip current advisories are in effect for coastal waters. As far as rain goes, we're not expecting a lot more. We'll see a few showers as the actual cold front makes its way through. That'll be happening through this evening. And then the cooler air will start to filter in, and drier air as well, and that will be more noticeable, I think, tomorrow by midday. You can see that light rain lingering across parts of Charlotte Harbor and a little bit of activity off into the Gulf. We'll have more coming up a little bit later. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. ABC7 is teaming up with Gettle Automotive to celebrate teachers in our community. We're calling them Chalkboard Champions. We ask the community to nominate your favorite teacher, and then we select a winner. There are 2 winners each month who will go home with $500 and the title of Chalkboard Champion. We start this celebration of teachers in Manatee County at Rowlett Academy. Meet Mrs. Courtney McMahon. We wanted to award you with the Chalkboard Champion of the Month for Manatee County.
Oh my goodness, I don't have any words right now.
Students, are you guys excited? Do you think she's a Chalkboard Champion?
When Courtney McMahon started teaching elementary students 7 years ago, she never knew she would make such an impact on one local Suncoast family.
It's really easy to teach easy kids. It's a little bit harder when you have a kid like mine.
I like to read and do social studies with her.
Hope Lee says her son Peter is the kind of kid most teachers don't want in their class. She says he's simply too much work.
He is a high-functioning autistic child, and that comes with challenges of how do you approach him, how do you teach him, how do you engage him, and not every teacher can do that.
But Mrs. McMahon can. Right from the start, Lee said the 4th grade teacher has made sure that Peter was equal with his peers every step of the way.
She goes that extra mile all the time to make sure that Peter is engaged, is happy, is excited about learning.
A feat Mrs. McMahon says she's prepared to tackle every day when she walks into her classroom.
We never know, how they come to school, how they go home, so it's important to make sure they feel loved every day and excited to be at school.
Lee says Peter has struggled with writing for years, but because of Mrs. McMahon, his recent test scores have skyrocketed, and now he has high hopes of growing up to be an author.
We had warned Miss McMahon at the beginning of the year that writing was going to be really, really tough. So when he came home and said, I want to be an author, I said, what's up with that, buddy? And he said, Miss McMahon's teaching me how to write, so I can do it now.
Mrs. McMahon says she approaches each student with the same philosophy.
Celebrating their gifts and recognizing, what makes them happy and finding out why they want to be here.
Because of Mrs. McMahon, Lee says she's hopeful for her son's future.
So when you're a special needs parent, you don't know what the future is going to look like, and that's really a scary thing. So when you have a teacher that gives hope, that's overwhelming because when I see him interact with Miss McMahon and Mr. Cohn, I see a future for him. That's a blessing, and it's a real gift.
A gift that looks promising for Peter.
She's a great teacher, and we love her very much.
It's never a fight anymore, and it's very cool because he's got 2 teachers that understand him and want the best for him. He knows that, he feels it, and he's a better student because of it.
Now, if you're interested in nominating a teacher you know from Sarasota or Manatee County, head over to our website, mysuncoast.com/chalkboardchampions. And Scott, I tell you, there's a lot of submissions coming in, and it is hard. There's some great teachers here on the Suncoast, and there's a lot of submissions, and wow, there's some tough competition.
Well, we've got the school year to try to honor as many as we can, right? So that's awesome. Good job. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, some tips on how to make sure your blood pressure is being taken properly.
And why General Motors is calling for a nationwide federal program to put more electric cars on the roads.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
utility bills, mortgages, car payments. Those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991. Now, in one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Measuring blood pressure is one of the most common procedures performed at doctors' offices every day, but it's also one of the most common procedures to get wrong. Kim Hutcherson explains the importance of knowing your numbers.
For Officer Marcus Whitehead, knowing his numbers could be a matter of life or death.
It was scary. It was really scary because I thought about my 2 kids that I have.
After getting his blood pressure checked, doctors diagnosed Whitehead with hypertension.
It was just like a wake-up call that I really got to get serious about, taking more care of myself.
According to the American Heart Association, it's easy to make mistakes when checking blood pressure, whether you're doing it yourself or at a doctor's office.
So a patient may be stressed running from the parking lot to the clinic. Alternatively, the medical assistant may be in a rush and they may place that cuff over your clothing.
These errors can lead to a higher reading, which in turn leads to a misdiagnosis. The American Heart Association has a few simple things you can do to make sure you get an accurate measurement. First, empty your bladder ahead of the reading. Second, sit with your back supported, feet flat on the ground, and keep your legs uncrossed. You also want to make sure your arm is at heart level and supported. Next, make sure the cuff is over a bare arm and fits you properly. Finally, sit still and don't speak during the reading.
Believe it or not, some of these mistakes can lead to up to a 50-point difference in your blood pressure measurement.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well away from the water, Lakewood Ranch had a few brief showers around, not all of Lakewood Ranch, but we had a few brief showers, a lot of clouds this afternoon after a little bit of sunshine this morning, and now we're starting to see some breaks again in the clouds. There's still a chance for a few light rain showers this evening. Rip current advisories are out for area beaches due to the winds expected to stay pretty brisk out of the west and northwest through this evening, and then clearing and cooler for the weekend, especially on Sunday. You're going to notice a big difference there. The next cold front due to arrive will be Friday, and it will bring us some rainfall. Looks like beginning Friday and continuing on into Saturday of next week. Titan radar picture showing that thin line that you see right there. That's the actual cold front. We had a little prefrontal shower activity earlier around 3 o'clock this afternoon in some areas, and now don't be surprised by a brief shower here and there if you're going to the high school football games, but it's not going to stick around all that long. It's moving pretty quickly off to the southeast, as you can see right there. So spotty showers are in the forecast tonight. As far as low temperatures tomorrow, not all that cool, 73. That's actually above average. But the cooler air will start to filter in throughout the day, and you'll notice that. High temperatures will be 80. That is below average, or average high right around 83 degrees. And then Sunday morning, it's going to be down into the low 60s, even near the coast, upper 50s inland. And will warm on Sunday. Should be a gorgeous day. Highs are expected into the upper 70s only. Now, as far as Sunday morning, this is Sunday morning's lows. Look at this. 58 in Northport, 58 in Mayaca City, 59 in Lakewood Ranch. We'll have 57 in Parrish. Temperatures a little bit warmer near the water, obviously. On Lombo Key right around 66, but Sebring, Wauchula, and Arcadia will all be into the upper 50s. While the buoys out in the Gulf of Mexico, pretty significant as far as the winds go. West winds at 27, there we see that, and the wave heights up to 4 to 6 feet in some cases. So those waves will continue to work their way onto the coastline there. Not the best boating tomorrow. We'll still see waves around 2 to 4 foot feet, and you'll see that west wind continuing throughout the morning, and then it'll start to change around tomorrow night. That's when that cooler air will start to filter in on Sunday morning out of the north, and that's when we tend to see some pretty chilly temperatures here. So it'll be nice, a nice break from what we've seen. Now, highs tomorrow, as I mentioned, upper 70s. We'll have a few clouds, more clouds tomorrow than we'll see on Sunday because of the low-level cumulus clouds. That cooler air overriding the warmer waters of the Gulf of Mexico will be a little bit more significant. We're going to see a series of these cold fronts start to move through now. That's good news on the tropics. Every time we cool the Gulf of Mexico down, there's no chance of any significant storm in there. When temperatures get below 80 degrees, you're not going to see a storm, if it were to pop up in there, develop or intensify. There's the next front on Saturday moving on through. There goes Oscar. Could be Oscar next week, pushing in the Atlantic as that front picks it up. Currently, we have 82 degrees and winds out of the west a bit strong at 15 and the pressure 29.80 inches. The high today, say goodbye to the mid-80s. No longer going to be around for a while. Let's hope they stay away as well. Well, here's the forecast then as we see it for boaters. I mentioned 2 to 4 foot seas out there. Winds will be out of the northwest at 15 knots and a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. The forecast tomorrow, a few clouds, some sunshine at times, highs 79. Cool start Sunday. Good for Halloween, and then here comes that front on Friday, 70% chance for showers and storms. Now, we had 2 weeks in a row we got to go fishing, Captain Johnny and I. Red tide was not a problem, but with the latest red tide report, you never know, it could be back again pretty strong. Here's more. Lately, Captain Johnny has seen patches of red tide during his travels through the bay and near shore in the Gulf. But he has also seen some fairly good fishing. It was tough getting greenbacks, but we finally found some near Lido Beach. Back in the bay near some mangroves, Kellen from Cincinnati hooks up first. There you go. Well, let's come up this way. It was quite the struggle for this little Reds fan, and it turns out to be a blue.
Boy, look at the size of that bluefish. Whoa!
Jason, Kellen's dad, was soon to follow with one of his own, and a different species at that.
Nice fish, man. Nice snook. Nice snook. Take it easy with them. Don't put too much pressure on them.
It's good to see these snook coming back after the terrible red tide we've had to go through over the past couple of months.
Oh, nice snook. That's what we needed to kind of sweeten things up a little bit.
Kellen's Uncle Chris, who owns the famous Zippin' Dips in West Cincinnati, caught the infamous catfish, which are unfortunately back as well.
Oh no, catfish. Let's hold it right there.
This one was, however, what we wanted, as Chris hooks up a mangrove snapper. We checked on several spots as the fishing was slow, but good old Dad gets closer to the goal. And how fitting as Kellen wraps things up with a nice one of his own.
You know what I always say, take a kid fishing, because someday they may take you.
All right. Kellen had a great time. He was counting. He wanted to get to 10. Anyway, here's a nice big snook, much bigger. This from Magic Sarasota Fishing. This is, again, Captain Alan Roth. That's his customer right there. That's a huge snook. And Captain Brian Marcy also hooking up a monster from Breakwater Charters, Beach Fishing Adventures. Steve's back You got to go to Lido, though. He said the red tide was a little bit evident there on Longboat Key. So, again, that's always an issue. Red tide, we talked about it earlier. The latest report is out, and unfortunately, 25% or greater higher in Sarasota County. People are now moving back, you know, for their 6-month stay here, and a lot of them are anglers. So I want to just kind of throw this graphic up there. We have an executive order here now because of the red tide and all the fish that were killed over the past couple of months. There is no keeping of the redfish or of the snook, which are popular fish down here.
So all those that you showed being caught were
all
released.
let's go. Yeah,
that's good.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Bob.
Well, let's take a look at your first alert traffic for the drive home. The interstate is backed up, heading both north and south between Clark Road and State Road 70 at this hour. Scott?
In consumer news today, a recall alert for drivers. Ford is recalling nearly 1.3 million Focus compact cars in the U.S. because a fuel system problem can cause the engines to stall without warning. That recall covers cars from 2012 through 2018 with 2-liter 4-cylinder engines. Ford says owners should keep the gas tank at least half full until repairs are made. The automaker is not aware of any crashes or injuries caused by this problem.
General Motors is calling for a nationwide federal program to put more electric cars on the road. It comes in response to the Trump administration's proposal to roll back emission standards and fuel economy requirements. Automakers would have to sell a certain percentage of zero-emissions vehicles or pay credits to companies that do. Zero-emissions vehicles are typically electric-powered. GM thinks the plan would create jobs, infrastructure, investment, boost innovation, and put upwards of 7 million long-range electric vehicles on America's roads by 2030.
Seems to be where we're going in the auto industry.
Yeah, just a matter of time.
Entertainment news is coming up next. Stay with us.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Blue 32, hut hut! It's the Gettle Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gettle dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gettle location near you or visit Gettle.com.
Gettle's got it.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Lease a new Subaru Outback today for just $249 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Enjoy fine wine and great foods, all while supporting a great cause. It's the 17th annual Suncoast Food and Wine Fest, happening Saturday, November 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample great food from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds go to local charities and Rotary projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
According to Golf Digest, 2 of the nation's top golf resorts are on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, the Auburn Opelika Marriott at Grand National, and the Renaissance Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa in Birmingham. Plus, the Marriott at Grand National was recognized as Hotel of the Year by Marriott International. Experience luxury and world-class golf Southern style. Visit rtjgolf/resorts or call 800-949-4444 to book your trip to the trail.
When the call comes in, it's time to go to work. We'll respond first,
but FPL is right there with us.
You really never know what you're going to pull up on. You don't know what type of call you're going to have. You don't know, once you get to that call, what you're going to encounter.
Whether it's a big storm, it could be a house fire. You must be ready at all times.
We're always happy to see FPL. It's pretty much a team effort. Everybody has a job to do.
We know we can count on them. They'll be there, and so will we.
It's now official. NBC has canceled Megyn Kelly's morning show.
The network said Megyn Kelly Today is not returning. Instead, other co-anchors of Today will be hosting the program. That cancellation comes after Kelly made offensive comments this week about blackface Halloween costumes. The next day, she apologized on her show for those comments. Kelly's new attorney said, quote, Megyn remains an employee of NBC News and discussions about next steps are continuing.
Caitlyn Jenner is taking back her support for President Trump. The former Olympic athlete turned transgender activist wrote about her change of views in a Washington Post opinion column. She says she thought Trump would help trans people, but was wrong. Jenner also said in the column that the trans community is being relentlessly attacked by this president. Her comments come after the New York Times reported that the Trump administration is considering a proposal to narrowly define someone's sex.
At the box office this weekend, nothing can stop Michael Myers. Halloween will slash its way to the top spot for a second weekend in a row, maybe in the $40 million range, and it doesn't seem to have a lot of strong challengers. 2 new movies opening wide, all probably in the single digits, however, including the Gerard Butler, Gary Oldman thriller Hunter Killer and the faith-based film Indivisible. Halloween, you know, it's that time of the year.
Post-Halloween, it probably won't do so well, but leading up to it, yeah, I can see it winning. We'll be right back.
Conquer your next adventure. Get a new Jeep at a great price during Jeep Adventure Days at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee, for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota today.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Your last chance for 2018 Honda Accords on sale is now during our model year-end sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American car of the year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for Accords, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert weather app now.